everyone, this is MJ. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a subscriber, and welcome if you're brand new. In this video, we are going to talk about everything that I've read in the past week and what I'm going to be reading in the upcoming week. As always, remember to like this video, comment down below, let me know what are you reading. It's June, it's a brand new month, there are a ton of booktube events going on. I'd be curious to find out. And also remember to subscribe to my channel. So we just wrapped up Horror Mayhem and I think it was a pretty big success, don't you? Especially if you participated. It was a heck of a lot of fun. It was fascinating to see everyone's picks, everyone's reads. It was just great. It was great going into it, and I was kind of sad ending it, but you know what? I'm continuing down my horror journey and reading weird books because that's what I like. But the one thing that I'm really proud of is that I read this sucker. I finished it. 564 pages of wolves behaving badly. Let's talk about this. All right, so let's get cozy and talk about this book. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? How's your week? Good? Glad it's over? Okay, good. It's the weekend. Woohoo! All right, so Moondance is by S.P. Somtow, the author. A novel of terror. This originally came out in the US in 1989. It was published in the UK in 1991. This is a UK cover. It has the Madonna of the Wolves on the cover. There's a big section about the Madonna of the Wolves in the book. And this is a signed copy that I got off of eBay. Dirt cheap. So, I'm so proud I got through this sucker in a month. So proud. Okay, so first of all, going into Moondance, it's a chunk. So it's a commitment. If you're putting this on your TBR or you're picking it from your mood pile and you want to get it done, is it entertaining? Yes. The story, the chapters are divided into phases of the moon, which is really nice because we all know that crap hits the fan when there's a full moon. The story begins in 1963 where an investigative reporter slash author is going to do an interview with a person who is institutionalized. And the person is Johnny. Johnny Kindred is his name. Johnny Kindred is an elderly individual, but he has multiple personality disorders. He believes he is a werewolf, and he is a notorious, I guess, serial killer, you could say. So it takes us there, and I'm not going to say what happens, but we go back in time. We go back in time to the origins of certain characters. There is Johnny goes back to when he is a young boy, I think the age of 8. There is a count that is involved. The caretaker, the governess is Speranza, and she plays a huge role in this. And we learned that certain individuals are werewolves, and werewolves occupy Europe. I believe it's Vienna. And they are interested in coming to America and marking their territory. So, character development, I did enjoy it. I have some questions. You know, I wish I had a little bit more of Johnny's story. That would be interesting. You know, it was entertaining. On GoodReads, I gave it 4 stars. On Storygraph, I'm probably going to give it 3.75. And that's just because there's some scenes in here that didn't agree with me, okay? So I get the whole werewolf thing with humans. I get that. There's one line that says, the governess felt a paw under her petticoat, you know, like that kind of stuff. But, you know, there are some scenes that I don't know if they had to be there. You know, there's some sexual assaults, there's some rape. I would say there are trigger warnings in this book if that's something that, you know, you're not willing to read. My dog is going nuts right now, so don't mind him. Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, the character that's doing is despicable, and you kind of just like, you can't stand him anyways. But still, you know, there's little things like that that are dropped in the book, and there is a ton of wolves that mark their territory. Like, this whole book is filled with wolves marking their territory. Okay, just like a dog would mark his territory, these wolves are doing it, but they're doing it on things and people, and they're making protective circles with it, and they're, you know, desecrating people and things, and it's just, it was a lot. It was a lot of wolf urine. I don't know if I needed to read all that, you know? So I could see where it comes into play, but some of it, there was one line in the book, and it made me cry, it just made me laugh out loud. I closed the book and I'm just like, what am I reading? Was I entertained? Yes. Did I want to know what happened? Yes. Did I have to move through some of that nasty stuff? Yes. Was I terrified? No, I was not terrified. This is not a novel of terror for me. Maybe for the people that lived, the characters that lived in the book are terrified, but I'm not terrified. This book did not keep me up at night. This book did not do anything like that. The book really didn't even stay with me. I would like to see this adapted into like a miniseries. That would be really cool, I think. But yeah, 3.75 on Storygraph, 4 on GoodReads. It's good if you could get through all of the wolf urine crap. The multiple personality disorder was my favorite part. My absolute favorite part. He also, Johnny Kindred goes on like a vision quest to find out his purpose, because he is supposed to be the Messiah that's going to bring the tribes of wolves together and you know, reclaim their land and all this kind of stuff. And those themes were interesting, and that all takes place in the last 400 pages, but we have to start at the beginning to get to that section. It's a very earthy book. There's a lot of dirt and leaves and smells and forest and running through the forest and, you know, that kind of stuff. Am I glad that I read it? Yes. Would I recommend it to people? Yeah, if you commit to the journey. So basically, that's it. So Moondance, Buddy Read with Criminale. I think he gave it 5 stars. I'm giving it 4. Too much piss, man. I want to read you some of the blurbs that are on the back. Okay. I don't even know any of these people. Who any of these people are. Okay. Maybe 1. Oh, no, 2. Okay. Does for werewolves what Anne Rice did for vampires. No, I disagree. A complex horror experience rich in atmosphere and history. Okay, I'll go with that. A broad and brimming canvas of the lycanthropic delights. Somtow is a writer of many talents, and Moondance is his biggest and best book to date. It's definitely his biggest. I've never read anything else, so I can't agree with that. True genius. There's power in these pages. Raw, brutal, overwhelming power that transforms man into beast. There's also women that turn into beasts, so let's give them credit too. Somtow's images make splatterpunk look like kindergarten. There is more. This is more than a book. It's an experience, one that you won't forget. I don't think this is splatterpunk at all. Sorry. The language, pace, and length come out of Henry James, leavened by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Ingenious as hell. Here is an artwork being created that bypasses Stephen King literally. A certifiable epic, Moondance is a historical romance, a Dixonian chronicle of the American West, and a brutally violent werewolf epic. One of the finest fantasy novels of the year. Well, at least they said year and not like ever. So maybe I'll give it a little bit of that. Maybe a little bit of that I'd give it. See, now you get why I wear the ripped shirt. Now this, I bought this like this. It was on sale from a very expensive company, but I got it on discount, on clearance. But the collar's ripped and then the shoulder's ripped. It comes like that. My nephew asked me, he's like, "Hey, MJ, what's going on with your shirt?" I said, I bought it like this. So I wore it because it looks like a werewolf got me. Get it? Yeah. I try, people. Okay, then I started Mongrels, and guess what? I got so sick of wolves, I put it down. Mood reader. So I'm going to pick this up again in the future, maybe this month, once I get through all the cowboy stuff. But I need a break from the wolves. I started reading this, and the wolves started doing the same stuff, and I'm like, I need a break. Because I had 550 some pages of that in here. Okay, what else did I read? I read the Blackened Teeth book. I can't remember the straight title. What the heck's the name of the title? Okay, and then I did the audiobook for Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. I saw this book going around Booktube, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a stab at it. So I downloaded the audiobook. Short, it's only like 2.5 hours long. I thought it was okay. I think that, ooh, sorry, I'm kicking things. I think that the plot had a really, really interesting concept. The prose with the audiobook, didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. The narrator, whoever it was, tried to do all of the different characters, which is fine. I get that. But there's a lot of F-bombs in this book, and I kind of thought it was almost unnecessary. I don't know if this is a YA book or not. I didn't get that. I didn't get an elevated feel from this book. Does that make sense? Okay. I gave it 3 stars on GoodReads. I think maybe if I read the book, my opinion might be different, but the audiobook was irritating. It was irritating. The visualization of what was going on, I understood it. It translated through the audiobook, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And I know there's back and forths going on. A lot of people love this book. Some people not so much. I'm in the not so much category with the audiobook. I think the narration may have ruined it for me a little bit. Also, the amount of F-bombs in it, I didn't think it was necessary. I thought the language used was a bit on the juvenile side, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. Maybe I'll read it in the future. Maybe if there's a Horror Mayhem next year, I'll give it another chance. But the audiobook, definitely did not enjoy it at all. And it was only 2 hours long. That says a lot. So no thank you to Nothing But Blackened Teeth. Okay, so that's the 2 books that I did this week. And then yesterday, I started Project Hail Mary. Yeah, we're doing a group read on my channel. If you are interested in reading this, we just started. It's not too late to get involved. Feel free to sign up on my Discord, get the book from your local library, download it, go get it, support independent bookstores. I am only 30 pages into it, but I am loving it. Andy Weir's writing is just like having a conversation with you. You are not drenched in scientific terms, is easily digestible. I think that's a good word. And his prose is as if he's having a conversation with you. And I love that. It's very, very easy. It's simple. You don't have to think too much about it. And it's just really, really good. So 30 pages in, I'm giving it 5 stars so far. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm going to finish it this week. Hopefully. So my trick to reading multiple books at once is I have certain reading times. So y'all know I wake up stupid o'clock in the morning, and I wake up earlier than normal so I could read. So Project Hail Mary is my morning read, and then my evening read for this week is going to be Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. People have read this already, even though the month just started, and the reviews are coming back really, really good. Interested to get started with this, interested to see how I will take to it. And the subject matter is totally outside what I would ever read in my entire life. So in case you didn't see my last video where I talked about what I'm going to read for June, I'm going to put that here. It is based on historical events that took place on the Texas-Mexico border in the 1850s. Blood Meridian is an epic novel that traces the fortunes of the Kid, with a capital K, a 14-year-old Tennessean who stumbles into a nightmarish world in which the market for Indian scalps is thriving. Yeah, we said Indian scalps. Woo. So I'm gonna get this started. So these are gonna be my 2 for this week. Hopefully we can get it done. Morning, evening. That's how I roll. Okay, everyone, that's it here from me. Until next time, I hope you are all doing well and staying safe and enjoying your summer. So until next time, goodbye for now.